Hello and welcome back to another episode of the MindSets podcast. I'm joined again by Charles. How are you?
I'm very good.
Yeah?
Business as normal.
Business as... That's not the saying. Business as usual.
Business as normal.
Oh, God.
I was thinking of two different things in my head when I said that, but we've resumed normality.
We have. We're not in sunny Mallorca, eating Spanish food, living our no broke boys life.
I know, it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, that song has really had an impact on me this summer, I must say.
Resonate with that song.
You do resonate with that song.
Ironic, really.
Since so true. Since we've been back, a lot of things have actually happened in the sports world. So I thought we'd do a quick run through of what's been going on. First, England lost the cricket against India. Yep. However, Chris Wokes, damn.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
He's got balls.
Yeah.
Walking out to bat one-handed. That's crazy.
Unheard of, isn't it?
I know. So, and do you know what? When I was looking this up to see if I could give you any interesting information, the most interesting piece of information was him saying to the press, "This is not what I want to be on the front page for." I was like,
yeah.
Don't want to continue to do this for you, but
yeah,
take the credit.
Fair enough. No, that was cool.
Also, Lions Rugby did win 2-1. Slightly disappointing last game.
It was, wasn't it?
But, you know, we'll take the win overall.
Yeah.
That's it for another 4 years.
Did you watch the last test?
I didn't. I watched the highlights.
Did you see it got
it
got kind of postponed because of the bad weather?
Oh, yeah.
Like really badly.
They briefly touched on that.
Yeah, 40-ish minutes. They were all brought off the pitch inside, which kind of took the sting out of the game. Yeah. But it was a bit of a shame, really, that Australia didn't turn up in the second test. So that the third test was a bit more competitive.
I think that's the thing that's really annoying about it being like a three.
It's almost like, what's the point in playing series? Why are you playing the third?
Yeah, so and it's literally because like they've organised it. It's got to be done.
Did you know that this is a good fact? There's an Australian rugby player called Harry Potter.
Is there?
Yeah, there actually is. Yeah.
Is he a wizard? Is he good at what he does?
He didn't get selected to play.
That's such a random fact. I fucking love that.
I remember the commentary team were talking about it, how he didn't get selected, and then I had to Google it to make sure it was actually true. But yeah, Harry Potter.
Oh, wow. Another update that I've got for us in terms of like live updates that have happened is actually related to hyrox, so we can make this relevant to our podcast a little bit more. There's been a new update for the Elite 15 in the penalties. So the timing penalty situation.
Okay, I did actually see this.
You'd come to the end of your race and then you'd find out you've been slapped with a 1 minute penalty, and then you actually see that you didn't win. You're not the world champion. You've actually finished 8th overall. Now what they've said is once you finish your 100 wall balls, you serve your time penalty in a box before you can cross the line. And I love this.
I do as well.
For all the ironic reasons. Talk me through what your thoughts are.
You reckon there's going to be a load of people standing around that box heckling?
Yeah. I think the atmosphere around that person is going to be awful.
Yeah.
But I just also love that they've said that it's going to be in a box, but it has to be called the naughty step.
It has to
for
be.
one.
With an actual step.
With an actual step, and you have to sit down. And
I'm heckling for sure.
The other thing that I think that's actually going to happen is that you're not going to have one person.
Oh, there's a load of people, yeah.
It's going to just be a bunch of people that aren't allowed to finish for a bit. They're all going to finish their race, shake hands in the box, oh, well done, mate.
What did you
won
do?
This one. I think the whole thing was done for like dramatic effect. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you can have one guy and it's going to be nail biting to see if the other person can finish their unbroken wall balls and actually get across the line before their time penalty's up. I do genuinely think it's just going to be a bunch of racers stood in this box going, nice.
Great.
Yeah.
And then just walk over.
And then walk over the line. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, but I like that you can actually then see the physical representation of the penalty.
Yeah. One more issue that I have with it is that at the Hyrox World Championships this year, and maybe this is just going to improve this season, when they did cross the line, they didn't know what the penalty was.
Yeah.
So like, if I finish in the elite race, so like if I finish and you tell me your penalty is 20 seconds, so I serve my 20 seconds, I then cross the line and I've served my penalty, and then you go, oh wait, there was another one. Like,
yeah,
you might as well have just added the whole lot onto the end.
There needs to be more clarity, doesn't there?
Yeah, and I think there needs to be more live
data.
But the tough thing that I have seen, people were commenting on the post and the release of this news, people were saying there should be a naughty step at each station.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because so once you know when you're where you are in your race,
serve the penalty,
and I think that's good. That's more of like a sin bin situation rather than at the end of the race, like it all compounds and there you are, you're stood there.
No, I really like that as well. Yeah. That's much better.
So I think that's you should be
as a spectator as well. I think that's better to watch.
Yeah.
But talking about the data, I'd love to see like live heart rate on the athletes. They must have some sponsor they can work with.
Yeah.
Whoop, Polar, someone who's doing heart rate data and project it live so you can see where they're actually at.
Well, interestingly, this was the counterpoint in the comments. I'm a professional comment reader. This is the counterpoint was that some athletes could figure out if they were blowing and they wanted to have a bit of a rest, they could like
get a penalty
which actually helped them out in finishing a station, have a rest to get their heart rate down, and then fuck off on the run.
Just in case the time penalty was essentially quicker than how long it would take them to finish the station.
Yeah, like could the rest actually benefit them during the race? Which
no one's doing that.
I doubt. I don't think anyone's doing that.
I don't know if you saw the reel. I think it was Red Bull did with Lucy Proctor, and they had her whole race and then they inputted her heart rate data for each of the stations and her running. And I thought that was really cool. Like it's just a clever thing, and I don't know why they're not doing that on the professional scene. Like as a spectator sport, I'm probably the only person who wants to see that, but it would be interesting to see how the professionals are recovering and approaching different stations.
Well, it would also be interesting. So when the World Champs happened for the men this year, Hunter McIntyre, who ended up finishing second, went unbroken on the wall balls. But when he came in, Tim Vienish, who won the whole thing, when he came in, he was on like 25 wall balls or something. Hunter caught him up and he only finished 2 wall balls ahead. But like it would have been so good to see Tim is redlining and Hunter's like quite calm, and it would have just built that anticipation. And knowing that Hunter's quite calm, maybe he is going to be going unbroken, it would have been a lot easier to predict that, because lots of the times, and fair play to the commentary guys and girls, you don't know what's going on, but they'll say, oh, he's done it before, he can go unbroken, like that's the best you can give me, and then I immediately see them put the ball down. Whereas if I can
no idea how they're actually physically
he's at 150 BPM on his heart rate, I know he's chilling. So like I'm okay, cool. But then he's at 70 reps and it's now like 175. I'm like, ooh, can he keep it together and to get? It's a bit like watching Formula One. Like there's so many stats. And like you just dive in and you're like, oh, he's George Russell's defending from Leclerc, but I can see that George Russell's just rinsed his battery. So now I'm like, cool, Leclerc, if he gets DRS, should be able to get this position. It's like stuff that I wouldn't know if I was just watching the two of them. But like I know, and so now I can enjoy
American sports seem to do it much better.
Yeah.
Because American fans seem to love stats. But whenever I, on the off chance, watch the NFL, I'm just getting reeled with stats. And I'm like, I don't know what half of this means. But just like stats after stats after stats. I'm like, a lot of it's irrelevant. But it's just like having live data from a physiological standpoint of any athlete in any sport. I think that'd be sweet. Or like imagine... we always use this example, Rory on his tiebreak shots on the end of Augusta at the Masters this year. What was his heart rate doing? Or like at a Wimbledon final, you're serving for the Wimbledon championship. What's your heart rate saying? Like seeing the differences in that, it'll be really, really cool.
Yeah, I like that. And on like a completely different note, if there was like a triathlon or something like that, you know how you can have sensors that check your perspiration. Knowing if like one athlete is like sweating way more than another athlete, and like that, so neat. Like there's so many things you could go into like though.
Lactate levels.
Like that's the future.
It would be really cool, wouldn't it?
100%. I wasn't actually attempting to use it as a segue, but because I mentioned F1, I went and saw the F1 film last night.
Oh yeah.
I know there have been mixed reviews, but I really back it. Like
you're the first person who I've heard said that.
So I think if you're going and you're expecting a race about Formula One that's similar to like the style of Drive to Survive but fiction, then yeah, you're probably going to be like
disappointed.
What the fuck was that? But if you know you're going for a film that is Formula One themed and you're going for a cool story, then yeah, it's great. And there's a couple of things that I want to pick up on here, and I know you haven't seen it, so I will say spoiler alert, but the way that I'm going to say this is not going to spoil the film for anyone. However, if you didn't know, the Formula One film was produced by Lewis Hamilton, which is actually a key feature. And watching it, there were very, very few errors in what they were talking about with the car. And it was those sorts of things that I imagine he had oversight, as well as a lot of the other experts that were working on it.
Yeah.
But there weren't many errors, or people didn't really say the wrong things very often. However, the obvious thing to me where Lewis had his touch on it, and again, this doesn't really give away what goes on with the film, but there is a point very early on into the film where there are two Formula One drivers racing at Silverstone, and they are going down one of the main straights, and they are wheel to wheel right alongside each other. And for those of you that watched a few seasons ago when Max and Lewis were next to each other and what happened on that corner, Max went flying into barriers because he didn't give Lewis enough room, and Lewis basically tried to stay on the track. I'm on Team Lewis side, you can probably tell by the way I'm saying it, but there was a racing incident between the two of them. It came off very badly for Max. This is basically how it's set up in the shot. And when they approach the corner, and then I think even on the commentary, they're like, oh, is he going to be able to keep, are they both going to be able to keep it on the track? That kind of thing. The camera angle switches, and the driver who is on the outside, who should be leaving space for the inside, does such a deliberate move to make space so they can both go around it, and they both are fine. And I was like, there is no way that hasn't been put in there by Hamilton. So I was creasing at that, and I actually said it to the person I was watching the film with. I was like, I think Lewis Hamilton's done that, and they were very much like, probably not, but it's nice that you think that. Then later on in the film, there is another scene where at Monza, they're going into turn one, and it is actually Max Verstappen in the film against another driver. And in the same season, a couple of seasons ago, Lewis and Max, one comes out of the pit lane and goes into this turn, and
is it the
Max it was like the chicane.
Right.
So Max, in theory, should have given up with the attempted overtake and didn't, and then ended up on top of Lewis's car. In the film, Max concedes and they both make it round, but it was such a deliberate point again that is what Max should have done, and he would have been fine.
Backhanded in the film.
And I'm watching this and I'm like, how many more of these little Easter eggs are going to be? So the F1 movie is littered with some Easter eggs that people don't know about, and those two, honestly,
if you're a big fan,
had me creasing. If you know what you're looking at, like, they are brilliant. But overall, like, really enjoyed the film. There's definitely some cringe bits in there. There's some bits where I'm like, great acting. But I was actually quite impressed, and they've done a very, very good job of making it seem not only like the races actually happened, because there was some filming that went on at Silverstone on the formation lap, I know, where Brad Pitt actually drove around on the formation lap so they could have some footage of him around the other cars. But there's a lot of cameo stuff.
It's a really clever idea, I think.
But I was genuinely watching this and I was like, when did they film this? Is this all CGI? Or have they overlaid their car on another car from scenes in races? Because it's all genuinely very impressive. But the thing that's really cool is the way that it's filmed. For a lot of the film, you actually feel like you're in the car.
That's awesome, yeah.
And you do get a bit immersed. And there's a few accidents that happen in, like
jumpy moments.
You're obviously not going to be like thrown back fully. Maybe if you're watching in an IMAX or like in a simulator type cinema, you would. But there are some moments where you like really feel immersed, and they've done a really cool job of that. So I would still recommend people go and watch it. I would go and see it again.
Really?
Just for viewing experience. Like, it was really cool. It's just very different to other films that are out there at the moment. So
I think it makes a big difference, especially if you are an F1 fan, that it's been produced by a driver. Which I think is awesome as well.
This was the thing as well.
And I just love Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah,
so
I didn't think, when I first saw that Lewis Hamilton was producing the film, it was one of those where it was like, have they just slapped his name on it? And like, what's he done? Watched it and gone thumbs up. But I think, especially for those two things, and the fact that I said there was a lot of opportunity for actors that don't really know what they're talking about to just say something. There was a lot where it was like, okay, they've actually clearly they've had this whole scenario explained to them before they've acted the scene, so they know how to sound when they're talking about it. Because there was little things where they're talking about like drag and certain things that are quite important in Formula One. And it was like, I don't feel like I'm listening to an actor that doesn't understand what they're saying. Maybe that was just them doing a very good job of acting, but at the same time, it kind of all made sense.
Must have had some input.
And I think they did a really, really good job.
I think I saw in the lead up to it being released, there was an interview with Lewis. And he was talking about working with Brad Pitt. And he was like almost starstruck that he got to work with Brad Pitt. I'm like, you're Lewis Hamilton.
I know, yeah.
Surely Brad Pitt is looking at you going like, that's Lewis Hamilton.
If I were Brad Pitt, I'd be like, I'm about to be the main character in a film which is all of Lewis Hamilton's domain. Like, I do not want to fuck up. But for Lewis Hamilton to be looking at Brad, like,
oh my god, Brad Pitt in a film. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love Lewis Hamilton.
And to be fair, Brad Pitt plays another character the very much the same way that Brad Pitt does, the kind of mysterious, now slightly aged, aesthetically pleasing man. There's a lot of women in the cinema that were very much enjoying the film as well. But yeah, he does a pretty good job. And like I said, there's a few other acting and some cameo roles that are quite cringy at times. But like, if you can look past that, because the Formula One drivers are definitely not actors, then
it can't be as bad as Happy Gilmore 2. I don't know if you've watched that.
I literally watched that at the weekend.
What a terrible film.
Yeah, it was quite a hard watch.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I was really excited because they've obviously filmed it alongside the actual regular season with a lot of the pros. So bad.
Yeah, really. And like, the pros didn't help. One thing, actually, this is a good point, and I don't want to go too far into this, but there was a bit where they had all the pros in the room, right? And they were going along and they were rinsing each pro for something they'd done. And I was so excited for them to get to Rory, and they didn't.
Yeah.
He was sat there and I was like, I cannot wait. You're going to bring up the Masters. You're going to go in on him. You just piss it away on the last day, Rory. I was so waiting for that, and I was going to love it. And they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They were too scared of it.
I wouldn't waste your time.
No, yeah, don't watch Happy Gilmore 2, but do go and watch the Formula One movie. What else have we had going on? Well, two things. I've done lots of running volume sporadically.
Yeah, you have.
And you've got fast.
Well, it's all relative, I guess. But you did an off-the-cuff ultra.
Yeah.
Which you kept very quiet.
Yeah, well, I kept quiet because I didn't know I was doing it. So about a month and a bit ago, you sent me a link to represent Team 247 were hosting an event, which was the first ultra of its kind, similar to a backyard ultra, 12 hours long though. Every hour on the hour, you run 5.1 kilometers in the trails. And then in the remaining time, you are put with a team, by the way, but you work on a ski erg to get max distance.
Such a good idea.
Which is, on the face of it, we were like, okay, so if you're good at ski and you can survive the run,
you'll do well.
You'll do well. But it was a bit like hyrox in a way, where people are still trying to figure out the best way to train for it, best way to strategically attack it.
Yeah.
No one went in knowing what to do. And it was a very, very interesting day. I had gone in preparation-wise. I think in the previous 30 days before, I'd run like a total of about 15K.
It's not ideal, is it?
And 12 of those were with you in Mallorca. So it wasn't ideal, but it was one of those where I was like,
not something I'd recommend.
No, and I can say kind of a couple of weeks on, I wouldn't recommend, but we'll get to that. So I did it, and I knew competitively I was going to run every single lap. You didn't have to, by the way, because you're in teams of 5. You had to have 2 runners. You scored points for the number of people that ran and the distance, and you scored points also for the ski erg distance. So it was in your best interest to have everybody run if they could. But if someone was struggling or slowing you down too much, then there was no point in them running. They should just rest for
and if you ran every time, you accumulated 60K, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's tough. The interesting thing about it, though, was that I once again had issues fueling. I've always known that I don't have an appetite when I'm doing these sorts of things, but I really, really struggled. However, those that didn't struggle actually seemed to have a worse time for the middle portion of the race, because there were lots of people. Charlie Bottrell, previous guest, well known in hyrox space, was there running mad Ks, like mad times at the start. Everyone was running for their egos.
The guy is built different.
So there was also Elite 15, Sean, why is the surname gone out of my head?
Don't look at me. I'm useless.
Sean.
Oh, Big Sean.
Big Sean from Ireland.
Yeah.
He was there, and he went off, and he was on pace to run the first 5.1K trail loop in 16 minutes.
His name's going to come to me. That's really frustrating.
That's really nice, Sean. We're really sorry.
Big fan.
Big fan. But he went off, and he was running those laps at that same pace pretty much for the first 4 laps, and then he got injured. We'll also come back to that. But people were doing that and then refueling quite a lot, shoving cakes in. There were loads of pastries there. People were getting that down. And I was a bit like, oh, fuck, like I'm going to really struggle. I'm just going to have to accept that I'm going to hit a hole. But what happened was, normally in a backyard ultra, the remaining time you have in the hour, you can stop, put your feet up, have a bit of an appetite, refuel, go again. In this scenario, you're getting on the ski erg and you're ripping it.
Yeah.
If you put food in and then go and rip it on a ski erg, it wants to come back up.
Yeah, you'll see it again.
And so a lot of the time, people were either really feeling quite sick and therefore losing their appetite quite a lot, or feeling terrible on the run following. And then the other thing that was going on was a few hours into doing this repetitively, not seeing any signs of any issues, people were starting to get stomach cramps. And so there was quite a few people, Charlie actually being included, who went off really hot and were doing mad paces on the ski, mad paces on the run. And then between hour like 5 and, well, between hour 3 for some people, up to like hour 8, just were unable to function.
Yeah.
And then they started to get a second wind later on in the day when they kind of figured themselves out. But it was really interesting. I basically just stayed as a kind of solid the whole time. Yes, I didn't consume anywhere near enough, but I got through the day and it was all good. Managed to hold the paces that I really wanted to on the ski erg. And then running wise, I did like 2 or 3 laps where I pushed it, but I could only ever get it down to like 21 minutes, I think was my fastest lap. And then the next fastest lap was 23. And the next fastest lap was like another 23. But each time those hurt me so much physically.
That it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't really worth it, because all I was doing, I was beating my next teammate in by like 3 or 4 minutes. And that was the tough thing as well. Obviously, if you're first back, you're first onto the ski erg, which means you've got you have no rest.
Yeah.
So some teams decided to rest someone, because then someone could send the run, and then as soon as they get back, the other teammate who's been resting can just get on the ski erg and let them have a rest.
I'm assuming the top 3 teams all ran every time.
And all 3 of them had someone pretty much every time that was running a sub 19 5k.
That's mental.
Every lap. It was
so impressive.
The thing that was mad was like, it was a really cool environment to be in, because I would say everyone there was extremely fit. And then there was a cut above, and that's quite humbling.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just a mentality. Everyone had a relatively good mentality to be there, but there was a physical difference. There was some freaks there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite cool to see that in person, and we did all right as a team. I don't think we were expecting to do too much, but the ending was mad. So you basically got a point for every 250 meters on the ski erg, and the top 2 teams were separated by 2 points across 12 hours. So you got 5 points per person running. Wow. And because they all ran, there was no difference on the running score. And so it came down to 500 meters across 12 hours of ski erging.
That is crazy to have it that close.
Yeah. But it was a really, really good event. At the time, I didn't really soak that in enough because I was too busy trying to survive.
It's like too fun.
Yeah. And then, as I said, we'd come back to it. Sean got injured on the 4th lap. I think he turned his ankle. This was a bit interesting. So he was on Team Whoop, who I don't think came in the top. Maybe they came second, or they didn't come in the top 3.
No, they weren't second, because that was ROXD, no?
No, ROXD came third.
Okay, then.
So they either came second or they came 4th. I can't remember. Okay. But they tried to get a substitute for Sean. They were saying, look, this is unfair. He's got injured. We're now a runner down. And they are like, a few people were asking around the teams, like, do we think this is fair? And I was like, absolutely not. I could have gone off and run 16Ks and I'd pull my hamstring straight away and then I'm out. Like there's no way that my team would be allowed a replacement just because someone in your team did it and they've got a bit of a kind of reputation for being a good athlete. No way do you get a replacement.
Yeah.
So he had to unfortunately just stay on the ski and rest every run, which did harm them quite quickly. But they were looking good before then.
If they've then still come 4th, or close to the top, then they've managed to do something.
I mean, that's the thing. They would get back and he'd jump on the ski erg and hold like 130 per 500 meters for however long.
Yeah.
So he wasn't useless, but he just obviously wasn't able to put in what he wanted to. And then for me, after doing 60k plus whatever I was walking around and the ski erg of like 24, 25k,
became an old
at the end
man.
of the day. I went back that day still very able to walk around. The next day I felt great. Next day genuinely felt fine. I didn't sleep great, but I felt fine. And then I did the thing, because I know it's been someone's growing my gears in the past, about going straight back into training. So I like eased myself back in, tried to take it really easy. And a week on, I was like, cool, I'm going to reintroduce myself into some speed work. And then I did something to my back in the gym, doing a preach curl of all things. And then that basically hasn't left me, to the point where even today is the best day that it's felt, but like I still can't really turn my head very easily. So I think I just had a very delayed reaction to surprising my body with a horrible event.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of ski erg to get through.
Yeah, but you didn't really notice that because you obviously weren't. I mean, in our team, wasn't our strength.
You're more concerned about the run, no?
Yeah, so in our team, we were like, ski erg wasn't necessarily everyone's strength. So we knew that like people were going to push it as hard as they could, but it wasn't going to be like you're trying to break the ski erg. Whereas in other teams, there was a lot of that going on, which meant that they were rotating every 30 seconds for the whole day. I was very much doing like, I'll do 1K at a time, and try and bring the average down a bit. But then I can also leave and put my legs up, because I think only 2 of us in our team ran every lap.
Okay, fine.
So I needed to go and get my rest with my legs. And I was like, the best way I can do that is bring our ski erg average down as much as I can in a block and then go off and rest for a bit, than me just come on every 250 meters and not getting any rest. But it was a really good event.
I think the tactics behind it is what makes that event so interesting.
Yeah.
And I've never seen an ultra event like that. But yeah, the combination of the machine and the running being in trails, it being a team of 5, it being every hour on the hour for 12, like they'd really thought really hard about making it a tactical event as much as possible.
So I do want to say also, I was invited by Saskia. So Saskia, if you're listening to this, thank you very much. I'd really appreciated that. Also got the chance, for those of you that know that I do camera stuff for a living, I took my camera up, so I got some cool stuff while I was there. I think next year, I'd love to go back to film it. I think I would get there and I would have massive FOMO, but I don't think I would want to do it next year. Not because of how much it hurt or anything like that, but I think next year the athletes that turn up
will be
a different level. It will be ultra marathoners and people with a Nordic ski background, because I just think like the level this year was very good. But even in the winning team,
it's the first ever time they've done it.
Exactly. I think there will be far more strategy next year, and there will be a totally different type of endurance athlete there. Most of the people there were the people that I see at hyrox events.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone that was like an out and out. Well, there wasn't a full team of out and out endurance runners or ultra runners, or
unless they change the format next year.
Oh,
it doesn't necessarily have to be set in stone.
That would be interesting. That would be cool. But yeah, really good event. Now you're going to tell me why you're getting so fast.
I don't really have an answer. I was originally training for hyrox, obviously with the seasons fast approaching, which has come like very quickly.
Very quickly.
And I had a couple of races booked in towards the back end of September. I had a solo ticket and a doubles ticket. I've now got rid of my solos ticket, so I've just got a doubles ticket for Rome, and then I've got prolos.
Wow.
Prolos.
Yeah.
It's become that in London in December. So my big aim was just do that basically. And I wanted to test a 10K. So I've actually got a 10K race coming up at the end of August. Wait, this month.
This month.
It's the last day of August. And everyone is getting involved with the Shoreditch 10K. I think that's a Saucony event.
Yeah.
Shoreditch 10K. But that was too close to Rome. So as I was cycling to work a couple of weeks ago, I saw a poster for the well-known Woolwich 10K.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
That one, yeah.
Kipchoge's
there, isn't it? Most years, yeah.
Yeah, the Woolwich 10K. So, you book your tickets through like an events page called Let's Do It.
Yeah.
And when you go on to the Shoreditch 10K, it shows you all of these people who have signed up to do this race. There's like thousands and thousands of people. I went on the Woolwich page. There's like 32 people. And I bet they're all amazing.
Oh, that's the
they're
thing.
all like sub.
It's going to be down with the pram running a sub 33 10K, isn't it?
So we'll see how we go. But hopefully, pipeline, there's going to be a bit of triathlon coming up to discuss.
Well, I mean, you've been doing the training for it. Your Instagram story is just covered in Strava maps and different things.
Yeah, I'm that guy now.
Yeah. Getting all the kudos.
Yeah.
I actually need to give you more.
You should be giving me more kudos.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
so sorry.
I put so much effort into my Strava as well for such little return. I've actually stopped using Instagram. I just use Strava now.
Yeah. There's actually, and then the Strava, the Instagram is just a direct share to Instagram. Yeah. Well, one other thing to mention, you mentioned that the hyrox season's coming around very quickly.
It is, yeah.
We did a little thing last weekend. It was pretty cool.
You going to explain it?
Yeah, we did a hyrox simulation. Well, we hosted one. So at Unit 9 Elms in London, we decided to do a premium hyrox sim because most of the sims that I know of don't have sleds and aren't able to do full kilometer runs.
Yeah, in
which
London
is
at least.
Which is something that is like, I then feel like every sim you go to, especially in London, is like a good workout. But like, how do you know where you're at?
It's not necessarily a good representation, is it?
No, like I can't go and do that workout and know how I'm going to do on the race day, or even have a real good understanding of where I'm at.
There's some things you can take away from it. Maybe the length of sim is similar duration to the actual event that you're going to be racing. But if you're not getting the exposure and the stimulus of pulling and pushing a sled, because that's the bottleneck for most simulations, and gyms try and do their best around equipment with bikes or box step ups or whatever, treadmills turned off, so you're pushing the belt rather than actually getting the help from the treadmill. It's just not the same stimulus. So like you said, it was something that we wanted to be able to offer, and fortunately the team at Unit were really helpful and let us use the space. So kind of a collaborative event between Unit, yourself, and then the team at ROXD. And we did like a trial sim over the weekend, which was like a huge success.
Hugely, like I was so ready for things to go wrong.
Oh yeah.
And
I
nothing
was having bad anxiety that week.
Yeah, I think that I was in charge of timings, and that was that was stressful. And I kind of decided what I think would be safe, and turned out I think that is the magic number.
Yeah, I'm glad you were in charge of that.
But I didn't tell you, but I had to play around with a couple of people shortening the gap and lengthening the gap to kind of see where that sweet spot was. And when I shortened the gap was when you came over and you looked at me, because the person, so basically for context, there is one of each sled. So we had to set people off to make sure they didn't cross over. But after the sleds, there was plenty of room for people to be able to overtake each other.
Yeah.
We just had to set the timings right so that people didn't catch each other up before the sled. On this short interval between two people that I set off, one of them let go of the rope as the other one came into the gym to use it.
It was like neck and neck.
It was tight. And like, as much as that you could say was perfect timing, it was a little bit worrying. And we'd rather have a bit of a buffer, because both of those people were quite experienced as well. So if we actually had one of them was less experienced and the other one chasing was more experienced, that would have been a nasty crossover.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But in the same vein as we want to be offering the best sim possible, we don't want to be in a situation where we compromise someone's time because they're getting stuck on the station because they're waiting for equipment. So for us, it was about delivering a product that everyone could come away from being like, hey, those guys really did a good job for us. And now we've benchmarked the beginning of our season with an actual representation of our hyrox time. And the run route was slightly longer each time because there was no rock zone in the actual facility. Like, you had thought of basically everything in every scenario, and it goes to show that with a bit of planning you can make a space which isn't crazy big. You know, it can fit however many people we had down for a simulation over the course of Sunday morning. Was it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. I mean, I think we got through 25 different waves where we're setting one person or one team off at a time, 25 different waves in about two and a half hours.
And the majority of those were doubles, weren't they?
Yeah, we had a lot of doubles, and that was also quite successful in that a lot of people hadn't done a hyrox before, but were able to do it as a double, and really be able to figure out what their racing was like, get a feel for it. And I think that's the big thing. A lot of people that I know that haven't done a hyrox before, they go, "Oh, I don't think I'm fit enough to do one." And it's like, well, you are, because you know, you've done the basic enough training. I do believe that 98% of people can finish a hyrox.
Yeah.
It's just the time that you get at the end of it. And I think that is quite concerning for some people, is that they might not want to pay £120 to do a slow time.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're going to do until you do one.
Sure.
So like, there is also that platform there. And we had someone who did their first ever hyrox solo on the day. And he said to me, "Oh, I'm coming down from Manchester this morning. I'm really not going to be in the best shape, but I'll give it a crack. I will come. But expect me to do like an hour and 45. He did it in an hour and 30, and he was so happy.
Yeah.
If he'd done that in his first ever actual hyrox solo, he'd be delighted. And I was like, well, you're already there. And we were looking at the times that people were clocking, and they were directly comparable, which meant that we did a good job of the distance, the rock zone included in the run and that sort of thing. So we have proven the point of that. This is a serious sim. It's a premium sim because we are setting you off and you can run your own race. You're not going to get beaten up, elbows out, that kind of thing. But if you basically want to come along, understand where your fitness is directly comparable to a race, then we've built that for you.
This is the sim
and
for
it's
you.
in central London, so it's easy to get to. It's like 5 minutes walk from Vauxhall Station, which is great. So I think it's fair to say we are interested in doing more of them.
For sure.
So if you're listening to this and you are interested in doing one of those, we also have I've got some fun ideas for things that we can tag on to the end of the day, different types of racing perhaps. Then keep an eye out, because we will be posting more information, and I will be putting it onto the podcast page as well.
And I think like a big thing from the ROX perspective, we're obviously offering training, and the majority of the training that we're doing is specific to hyrox, is being able to tie in your basically like a benchmark from how you perform in the sim with looking at areas of weakness and where you can improve upon, and using the season schedule to basically work backwards from and go, this is when you should be doing your simulation. This is X amount of time before you race. This is how you can capitalize on the data that you've taken from the sim to make your time and performance better.
Yeah, so it does all tie in very, very well. So yeah, like I said, if you're interested in being coached by the ROX team, or you actually do want to get a benchmark for your own training, maybe your coach sent you because they want you to do a race, but you don't want to travel to Rome or pay however much money to race, then this is a really good alternative. So we would very much love to see you down there.
Definitely.
Now, there's one thing that I need you to talk about before we get into Grind My Gears, because this is like the opposite of a Grind My Gears. This is a recommendation.
Oh, completely forgotten.
Yeah. Charles has also not just been getting quick, he's been reading.
Hey, some people have it all. So yeah, actually I was clearing out my I was going to say my library.
Okay.
In my tiny flat, I've been clearing out my bookshelf because I've got too many books at this point. And I stumbled across this book, which I'll talk about in a second. On YouTube, you can already see what I'm holding. But it's a book called Bounce by Matthew Syed. And it actually means quite a lot to me, because I think this was one of the first books that I read that I actually enjoyed.
Wow.
And
okay.
I think it was like a desperate attempt of my parents to try and get me to read when I was a bit younger, because I legit did no reading. So I must have read this the first time in my mid-teens when I was still at school. But essentially, it's a good gateway book into kind of performance, and it debunks the myth around you have to be talented to be good at something, which I really resonated at the time. But we talk a lot about that on the podcast, whether it's performance, physiology or psychology. And we reference probably one of two books, either Endure by Alex Hutchinson or How Bad You Want It,
Yeah.
And now Sports Gene by David Epstein. So this will be the fourth book that we can add onto the list. But this one, I actually reread it last week when I found it, which goes to show that it's super digestible. Matthew Syed, who wrote it, is a well-renowned columnist for sports magazines. I think he writes for The Times a little bit about sport. But yeah, kind of the battle between nature and nurture. But yeah, I found it and I was like, I need to share this with someone. And rather than me talking about Endure the whole time on the podcast, why not go out and read Bounce, which ironically has exactly the same colors on the cover.
I was going to say, yeah.
It looks very similar.
When you pulled it out, I was like, is that the exact same author, exact same theory, exact same publisher?
It's actually the same book. But yeah, I couldn't recommend this more, and a book that kind of set me down the path of actually being interested in sport performance and coaching. I think now looking back at it, it must have been subconscious at the time, but looking back at it now, that might be the reason why I'm still a coach.
Oh, really?
So that's my book recommendation for today.
Well, there you go. Especially if people are interested in maybe becoming a coach, but also like understanding more about why they're being coached something.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I find really important, is like, I don't like doing something unless I understand why.
Yeah.
And so if you can think more like a coach, then you might be able to understand that without having to pester them to explain.
My favorite thing I'll say about the book is that, like, similar to Endure, it uses real life examples of sportsmen and women, and those examples, they're always fascinating when you like depict them. And I think that's a word.
Sure.
Depict them. No.
It starts to sound like D-pick.
D-pick.
Dick pick.
That's terrible. You always have to bring down the tone, don't you?
Right. We were having a really adult conversation about books then. Wow.
Yeah. And now I wanted to say, I really resonate with that, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. But yeah, I definitely recommend reading this.
Cool. Well, there we go. That was the adult bit done. Now we can be the angry adults, because we're back to the fan favorite, Grind My Gears section of the podcast. What has been pissing you off recently?
I look forward to this.
I will actually say, you guys, again, you have the option to write in. I think it's been quiet recently, and genuinely, I think it's because people have gone on holiday and let some steam off.
Yeah.
But like, people haven't been getting that annoyed about things.
I've been feeling quite mellow recently as well.
Really?
Yeah. I've actually had to scroll back through my grind my gears list to when I was more angry. But can I start with a really niche one?
Yes.
I really get annoyed when people call an echo bike an assault bike, or an assault bike an echo bike. And it's so irrational, but it really frustrates me. And one time, I remember it so vividly, it riles me up even now. I was coaching, I think it was a hyrox class, it could have been at CFV, I'll name no names. But someone didn't want to run for whatever reason, maybe they were injured. And I was like, just hop on the echo bike. And they were like looking around, like, oh, the assault bike. I was like, no, the echo bike. And they walked over like, oh, the assault bike. I was like, we're about to fight now.
I feel like it was probably me.
No, it definitely wasn't.
What is the difference then for those that are unaware?
Well, so there's a few like actual differences around the machinery and how they function. But the main difference is the echo bike is made by Rogue, the company Rogue. Assault bike is made by Assault Fitness. So they're made by different brands. They look very similar and they function in a very similar way. This is terrible. It's so nerdy. The echo bike is powered by a big rubber band. Hence why when you go on it, it sounds really quiet. It's like a big fan. When you jump on an assault bike, and there's lots of other different brands of similar bike, but the assault bike is the most popular one probably. It's chain operated, so like a push bike. So it sounds a lot louder. And as a result, you can actually get a bit more purchase on it. The echo bikes are more popular now because they're far more sturdy. So they last longer. So if you're a gym owner, you only have to buy it once, and the longevity is much better than the assault bikes, which traditionally just break all the time. But it's either an echo bike or an assault
But performance-wise, there's not much difference, apart from the fact that you can get a bit more out of a chain than a belt.
Yeah, maybe. I think the echo bike is actually harder because the fan is larger. So you create more resistance, or there's more air resistance when you're trying to push and pull with your arms and spin your legs. I do find the assault bike easier to get more out of, but that's because I'm just small. Bigger people are fine on either.
This might piss you off more. No, that is niche, but I want to know if this pisses you off more. What if someone was like the fan bike? Because people call them fan bikes.
So the reason why people call them fan bikes is to encompass whatever bike you have access to.
Yeah.
So I much prefer someone saying, I'll jump on the fan bike. Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they're demonstrating the knowledge and understanding to go, well, actually, I don't know which one it is. It's a fan bike. But lots of programming that you receive, whether whoever's programming will go jump on the fan bike because they don't know what you have access to.
Fan bike's just not as cool as Assault or Echo.
Sometimes I'll write it in my programming to my clients because I don't know which bike they have access to in the gym.
Fair enough. That is niche, but I mean, fine. It grinds your gears.
Yeah, I feel much better now because we've talked about it.
My one, and this I wrote down a little while ago, is tell me if I've said this before. Fracture and breaking a bone.
Oh, no, you haven't.
Okay, so people say, "Oh, I broke my bone," and then people will also say, "I fractured my bone." That's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And so many people go, no, a fracture isn't as serious as a break. A break means it broke. A fracture is just like a crack. Nope. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
It pissed me off as a kid that broke a lot of bones around the time he was like 15, 16. I'd come back from the hospital and people would be like, oh, is it broken? I'd be like, yeah, it's fractured. And they'd be like, oh, at least it's not broken. Like, I'm in a fucking cast. My arm is in two.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
But I'm sure there's levels of severity.
Yeah, like you have terms. So when I first broke my wrist, it was a green stick fracture, which means it's a crack partway through a particular bone. But
it's not the bone is like snapped in half.
Exactly. But like if it had, they'd have just said it's a fracture.
Yeah,
not green stick fracture.
Yeah.
But like technically, if I have a skateboard and I stamp on it in the middle and it's cracked, the skateboard is broken.
Yes.
but it's actually cracked.
Yeah.
It's not snapped.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah,
It's
they're all breaks.
a different word for the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That annoys
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm a bit nervous about my next one.
me. Oh God.
There's when I go through these, there's so many that shouldn't be said out loud. And so this is a popular one, and I don't know if it's now because I've started doing more triathlon training and I'm seeing more of it on social media. But I see lots of people, if they don't have access to an indoor trainer, like a turbo trainer, they'll go to the gym to do their indoor cycles, whatever. I get it. Maybe it's better for time. Don't want to ride their bike outside, but they wear full Lycra. Now, I'm trying to think of a comparison, but it's a little bit like wearing full kit to play five-a-side. Do you know what I mean?
I saw a comparison that I can tie right into this. There is a guy called Cricket Dad, I think, on Instagram. Stumbled across him on my, like, as I was doom scrolling the other day. He wears full cricket kit to play on a VR set.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But like that's the same.
Yeah, that's the same.
And if you're feeling attacked because you wear full Lycra on a bike in the gym,
this is just a polite a polite reminder that you don't need to wear your jersey.
Yeah.
Bib shorts, completely
although
fine.
bib shorts and nothing else in a public gym, not fine. Put the nipples away.
I'm assuming that if you're going to be wearing the bib shorts, you're not allowed in a public gym to take your t-shirt off.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. So imagine people will.
Yeah.
But
then,
no,
so, okay, so I'm sure the etiquette then, if you're riding indoors with bib shorts on, remove the shoulder straps.
Yeah.
Just have them round. Yeah, have them hang.
And then put a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't need the jersey.
I have another one that is gym related. Or gym related, generally running related.
Okay.
People like to do this a lot when they're talking about treadmill running.
Okay.
People put up the paces they do for their intervals or their tempo runs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when they put it up, they'll say like 2 kilometers warm up, 1K at 5-minute pace. Pace is not needed. This has actually been pissing me off quite a lot. So people be like, I did it at 5-minute pace.
I'm scared you've been looking at my Strava.
But like 5 minutes per kilometer
Yeah.
is the pace.
Yeah.
You don't say 5 minute 4:30 pace. 4:30 per kilometer is the pace. 4:30 pace is not a thing.
Oh, so they're writing the word pace.
Or they're saying it.
Okay, fine.
Like 4:30 pace. What are you talking about? It's 4:30 per kilometer. I did 5 minutes running at 4 minutes 30 per kilometer.
Yeah.
Not I did 5 minutes running at 4:30 pace. This is niche. But that upsets me quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because 4:30 pace is a term that's been made up and is accepted. And it should be.
Usually we agree. And I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard to get on your level here. I don't know.
It's just bad English. It's when people say 6 a.m. in the morning. When else was it?
Yeah, that's annoying.
5:30 pace.
Yeah.
Yes, you ran 5:30 per kilometer.
Something that really gets to me as well is when someone uses this, when they're typing 24-hour clock and then will also put PM.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, they've gone 15:30 PM. I'm like, thanks for clarifying. I'm good with that.
No, the AM in the morning thing, which I just threw in there,
that's
actually,
annoying.
that really grinds my gears quite a lot when people do that. Okay, I've got 2 more quick ones.
Yeah, you go for it.
People that drive with their maps on satellite mode.
Ooh,
I can't see.
no,
I literally cannot see where I'm supposed to go because it's on satellite mode.
Yeah.
And the other one is people that use Waze.
Ooh, you don't like Waze.
Why do we have a childish UI? Like the user interface looks like it was designed to be on a plastic phone.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that it's better than Google Maps. I don't care if Google Maps takes me 1 minute longer than whatever your fancy software does. I don't have to look at it.
But doesn't it tell you like speed cameras and it gives you all...
Supposedly, but like it doesn't have to. And Google does that as well.
Yeah, I'm also just like, just don't speed.
Well, my counter to that, as someone that likes to know that the car can go fast sometimes, is use your eyes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I've been caught out by mobile speed camera vans, don't get me wrong. But they're fucking yellow. I was driving in Slovenia recently.
Yeah.
Their cameras, white.
Yeah, hard to see.
CCTV camera equals speed camera over there. They can be one in the same.
Yeah.
I am still expecting numerous speeding tickets because also their roads make no sense. So like there is a general rule of what you're supposed to do. Sometimes I'm talking past, sometimes I'm driving past people and I'm overtaking them and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going too fast. And then they're all overtaking me 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
And then the speed, I can see 3 speed signs that are 40 kilometers an hour up and down within the same kilometer. And I'm just like, wow, I must be doing 80 pace.
That's good. Wait, have you got one more?
Yeah, but you go.
Okay. Arriving to a race, that could be a running race or maybe a hyrox race, wearing your race shoes.
Oh,
that annoys me.
Yeah, that's fine because you shouldn't just be wasting them like that.
I'm just like, come in sliders, man.
Yeah, like look like you know what you're doing. Like real athletes
come
are comfortable until they don't have to be.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I said I had one more. I actually have 2 for this episode. One is a revisit of last episode.
Okay.
The Olympic thing.
Okay.
So quick context. The Olympic ceremony happens, but some sports have already started, which makes no sense to me. I don't know why sports start before the Olympic ceremony when it's the opening ceremony. It should come before everything else. We both independently went away and looked up why it happens. And I'm delighted to tell you, I don't know if you want to give the official reasoning word for word, but the actual reason they do it is that there isn't a reason. It's poor planning. And they admit that. And they do it every time. It's something about there being so many sports events that it's such a tight schedule. They have to start some sports before, but then that just defeats the point. Just move the ceremony.
I think they use events like football as the example, but I'm just like, there's so many stadiums that they're using around the country of the host nation that so the official says, due to the tight schedule of the games, it is normal for some sports events to start 2 or 3 days before the opening ceremony.
Cool. So
you're correct. It's like
there's no reason. There's no reason to not just do the opening ceremony 2 to 3 days before before it's supposed to be. So
we could form our own Olympic committee. We could consult for the Olympic committee.
Yeah, easily,
and just move everything 2 to 3 days further back.
Yeah,
after the ceremony, whatever.
Nightmare. But there we are. A lot of people thought I was an idiot and there was going to be a really good reason. There's not.
Yeah,
so
it's a shame. I wish there had been a good reason.
Yeah, the other grind my gears, we said we didn't have too much input from angry people this week, but without asking for grind my gears, I had 5 people send me a picture that was on Instagram, including you.
Oh no.
Tesco have put themselves as arch nemesis.
I was wondering what I'd done.
Yeah, Tesco have put themselves as arch nemesis. For those that need a bit of context on why that is, quite a few episodes now, we spoke about grind my gears, things that are pissing us off. And my thing is birthday cake flavored things. Birthday cake is not a flavor. A cake has a flavor. Birthday cake flavored things also taste awful. Like they're so sweet. They've got funfetti in them. Tesco went.
Funfetti.
Tesco, I doubt it was because of what I said on the episode, but they thought, wow, we're going to make a birthday cake flavored sandwich. And like, this is legit. I thought it was bullshit when I first got sent it, but they have released a birthday cake flavored sandwich.
But that had to be in response to the M&S strawberries and cream sandwich.
Yes. So I haven't had that. M&S have done a strawberries and cream sandwich, but I believe the bread is like sweet bread. I thought it was like sponge, whatever. But that to me is a cake. Like that is a flavor of cake, Victoria sponge.
Yeah.
So that you could say this is a birthday cake sandwich. Like, fine. But calling it a birthday cake sandwich and just shoving a random flavor with funfetti in a sandwich is not allowed.
Cake.
That is birthday cake flavor and it's going to taste bad. I tried to get us one of those sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the only thing that could piss me off more than someone selling a birthday cake flavored sandwich in a meal deal is the fact that it was sold out in 2 big Tesco's.
Oh, big Tesco's.
Big Tesco's.
Oh.
And I even went to their petrol stations to see, and they didn't have any. It wasn't even listed, but the shelf was empty. And that just, that pisses me off so much. So what I did was I went to Marks and Spencer's to state my annoyance at Tesco for doing such a stupid thing. And I've bought...
Oh, he's actually got one.
I've got one. I was going to cut it in half so we could share it. But you've actually had this.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Do you know when I had it as well?
Go for it. We're going to open this while you talk.
Well, this is not going to take long, but I'll try and drag it out. So we're just touched down at the airport in Gatwick. Yeah, we'd come back. Yeah, we'd come back from Mallorca, and I was hungry. I was waiting for you to slowly make your way through the electronic barriers.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
And M&S was the only available shop before we got on the train. So I saw that, took my shot, tried it.
It is very the bread feels nice. So for those that are on YouTube, this is what it actually looks like.
It looks good.
It does look good. It smells good.
Yeah.
It's legit strawberries, cream in what looks like normal bread.
Yeah. I don't want to like skew your opinion.
I need you to talk while I do this because it's
Okay.
really awkward when we eat and
No,
there's nothing
people,
going.
the ASMR. People want it.
There's no ASMR and I wish
I wish you hadn't done that.
Again, for those that are watching on YouTube, you've just witnessed me put the sandwich in my mouth and then tried to keep talking, so I took it out. I'm going to confidently now actually eat it.
Okay. But there's nothing in that sandwich which is like that could be bad. Cream is good. Bread, we like bread.
Do you want the other corner?
Yes.
I
Whoa,
must
it's
say,
heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's heavy.
I don't
It's
remember it
annoying
being
that
that
there's
heavy.
only one half. Like, who's got the other half of my sandwich? I think about that quite a lot. But no, that's good. Like, there's nothing bad in there. I don't think it necessarily needed to be made.
No, I
I
agree with
don't
you
think
there.
the world needed it. But like, they nailed it around Wimbledon because obviously Wimbledon is strawberries and cream, and they've absolutely smashed it. I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna eat
Yeah.
it later.
But it's like, how else does anything get made? If no one takes the step to go, look, we're going to make a sweet sandwich.
I tell you what doesn't need to be made.
But
Fucking birthday cake flavored sandwich.
You're gonna
Fuck
say
off, Tesco.
I really want to try it.
Yeah, I mean, we will try and get one
Yeah.
here if the general public can wise up and realize that it's an awful decision
Yeah.
to buy one, or if someone wants to send one to us.
Weren't M&S getting in trouble something around the tax because they were trying to sell it as a sandwich, but actually the sugar content means it's a dessert and you pay more tax?
It's like the whole Jaffa cake thing again.
Oh, is that
Well, no,
sticky point?
Well,
Is it a cake? Is it a biscuit?
yeah, that was huge.
Oh, right.
That went to, wow, this is such a spin-off. But I mean, we do this and people seem to enjoy it, so we're going to do it. Jaffa cake had to go to court over the fact that whether or not they were a biscuit or a cake, because biscuits have higher tax on them than cakes.
That's confuses me.
It's a UK thing. But the way that they
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
the way that they proved it was they left the Jaffa cake out and it went stale
But if you left a biscuit out,
and it went hard,
okay,
which is what happens when cakes go stale. But
a
if you leave a
biscuit goes
biscuit,
soft.
it goes soggy
interesting.
or soft.
Yes.
No,
stop there.
We will stop there. But yeah, so they proved that they were a cake, not a biscuit, and therefore they're allowed to have the cake level of tax. However, M&S has had to do the same thing with their sandwich over that. I believe they've actually won in that it is a sandwich because it is something between two bits of bread. And that was the argument, was that it was cake, but it is actually bread. And I can confirm that now I've eaten it. It's more bread than it is anything else.
I don't want to go into the nuances. I was going to talk about some pastry, cake, whatever.
Everyone knows we hate pastry.
We won't go down that rabbit hole again.
Well, I mean, we are now at a point where I am going to be made to look like an idiot. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's your turn to do the ROXD quiz or game.
I'm
Is it a
still.
quiz?
It's a quiz and a game.
It's a game to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's not the reason why I did it, but it's. I think it's quite difficult. I'm still basking in the glory of my Spanish knowledge.
Yeah, you did actually very well on that.
Yeah, that was my best quiz to date.
Yeah, and we didn't even do like much in the way of flags, which you were claiming is your biggest strong point.
Gutted.
Okay,
That has
maybe
to be
I'll do that.
Yeah, remember that for next
Yeah,
time.
Okay.
Whilst we're eating our ice cream sandwich. Love ice cream sandwich.
Maxibon. If anyone at Maxibon wants to sponsor this podcast, we will just eat them non-stop for the entire time that we talk.
Yeah, we won't even talk. We'll just eat. All right. So the game / quiz, you have to guess the sports person based off the facts that I give you.
At least I'm really good with names.
Now, some of the names and the sports people are harder than others.
Okay.
But as a result, I've added in more information within that.
I appreciate it.
If you're really struggling after the 5 clues, essentially, that I'm going to give you, I'll give you another clue, which might make it more obvious.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to start with the easiest one, I think, of the lot. Maybe joint easiest. So I'm going to give you a couple of facts. And the idea is to kind of guess the sports person in as few facts as possible.
Yeah.
You get it,
Yeah,
right?
I got it.
So, this first person, he has won 2 F1 World Championships in 2005 and 2006 is your first clue.
2005, 2006. What was that? I was 10. It's getting into Fernando Alonso.
He's got it first one.
Yes.
I knew it. Okay, give him a good one early on.
Yeah, good.
All right, well done.
Getting my confidence up.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Smash it to pieces.
Let's go. Okay, number 2. She has an OBE and is a former competitive British swimmer who specialised in freestyle, is your first fact.
Oh, God.
I don't think this game is conducive to being concise either. So
No.
I'm hoping you're playing along at home.
Yeah, if you're playing along at home, like, if you know this, you will know this straight away. And I think I have the person's face.
Yeah.
Again, it's the name that's going to let me down.
That's fine. Do you want your second one?
Yeah, I'll take my second one.
So she won 2 gold medals for Team GB in the 2008 Summer Olympics in the 400 and 800 free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but I just don't know her name.
As we go through the facts,
the name...
maybe.
Okay.
So then at the 2012 London Olympics, she won 2 more medals. This time she won bronze in the same 2 events. So the 400 and 800 free.
Just so that I think I'm going down the right route. Do you know what she looks like?
Yeah.
Is she blonde?
Yeah.
Is she quite tall?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know who this is, but I've completely forgotten her name. What's really annoying is I know someone that was a GB swimmer at most recent Olympic Games, and I can't get her name out of my head. And that was Abby Wood, but I know it's not her.
Mm-hmm. Because after her retirement in 2013, she began working as a swimming pundit with the BBC alongside Mark Foster, most recently working at the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris.
Again, I've got, you know what I'm like with this. I've got like letters or something in my head. And like for some reason, Sophie is in my head, but it's not. This is the thing. This sucks because I'm not going to get the answer, but like I know the person.
Yeah. So I'll give you the final clue.
Yeah.
Her most distinguished career moment, basically that was self-proclaimed by me, was her appearance on Celebrity MasterChef in 2017.
I didn't even know she'd done that.
Me neither until I started researching.
Can I ask for one more clue? And I want to request what the clue is.
Okay, of course.
Can you give me the initials?
R.A.
Rebecca Adlington.
He smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you knew it.
Yeah, that's so annoying. I need to be so much better with names. I don't know what. I didn't think I was bad.
You knew. Yeah, you knew who it was.
I knew exactly who it was.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3 then. So essentially, you've gone 2 for 2 with a little clue.
Yeah, but like
you knew it.
There'll be people listening to this going, "That doesn't count."
Yeah, I'm feeling in a good mood. I'm being too nice. All right. He's currently ranked as the male world number 5 singles tennis player.
I was so hoping you weren't going to say tennis.
But has previously been one higher at 4th ranking in the world. I think he dropped rankings maybe last month. He went from 4th to 5th. But someone needs to fact check that.
Has he been higher than 4 before? Is 4 the highest?
4th is his highest, yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I need another clue.
He's British and 23 years old.
Oh.
You're also, when you might not have the name in your head, but when you hear the name, you're going to be like, wow.
Yeah, I know. Again, there's like first names that are coming into my head, but I don't think any of them are right. Do you think any of the other clues that you're going to give me is going to help me on that?
He got knocked out in the second round in Wimbledon this year. No, that hasn't helped.
No. It's again just confirming who I think you're talking about.
Last year, he reached the semi-finals of the US Open, which I think is his, other than winning on the ATP.
It's the best he's done.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 3 names that are in my head, and I don't think any of them are right.
Hit me with them.
So, first one is Oliver. Obviously wrong.
Yeah, obviously.
And then I've got a Ben.
They're good guesses, but also
Archie.
Archie.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
No.
Do you want the initials?
Give me the initials.
JD.
Oh. No.
Do you want the total prize money he's won, having won 3 ATP tour titles?
Tell me anyway.
£8,193,771. Yeah.
Damn.
Actually, no, US dollars.
Doing well. Doing
Yes,
well.
yeah.
Who is he?
Jack Draper.
I was obviously going to go Jack. 'Cause, like, what other
Names were there?
I mean, there could have been John, but like,
You went through the classics. But
yeah.
No, you went Archie over Jack.
Yeah, I know.
Come on. All right, so you're still doing.
I'm all right.
Okay, you're doing.
I'm all right.
okay.
That was a bit upsetting.
All right, this one's a shoe-in. This was the other easiest.
This
one.
classic term.
Yeah, shoe-in. He's a British distance runner, and his active years were between 1996 and 2023.
And 2023. 1996, 2023. That's quite a long time.
I think
Male
based off that, you can probably
distance
get it.
runner. Male distance runner.
British.
I feel like I should be able to get that. I'm just trying. I can't really put a face. Oh. 1996 feels way too early. But how old would he have been? Like really young competitively. Right?
Yeah.
Is it Mo Farah? Yeah.
Very good.
Thank God, because if it wasn't, I'd
yeah,
have no clue
no
what it was.
idea. I want to read the facts anyway because
Yeah.
they're just silly. Do you want to have a guess at his 10k PB on the road? It's the British national record.
Oh, isn't it something like 26:54 or 27:30 something?
Where are these 27:44?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good guesses. All right, then his mile PB.
That's got to be quick.
Does he? I thought it was going to be quicker.
I reckon he hasn't broken 4.
No, he has. He has.
Oh, he has.
Come on, give the guy the goat. Give him some credit.
3:55.8.
That was good. 57.9. 92, yeah.
That's fucking right.
4 Olympic golds. And this is my favorite one. I don't know why. But he's won the Great North Run every year between 2014 and 2019.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He can't stop.
No.
He has to keep going.
Yeah. And I think he still has the British marathon record. Or was that broken by...
I think that was broken this year by Alex Yee.
Was it Alex Yee? No. What's he called?
Alex Yee did 2:10, didn't he? Is that the British record?
No. Emil Karras.
Ah, yes. I can't remember what time he did
God.
though.
I think he's a 2:07 runner.
Damn. That's crazy. Which is actually, by the way,
fact check that.
I heard Alex Yee had the target of 2:07 in his first ever marathon at London.
Incredible.
And he's
Yeah.
pissed that he did
Incredible.
2:10. But he's a triathlete.
When I was looking for people to choose for the quiz, I was researching Eliud Kipchoge, and obviously the video of him breaking 2 in Vienna comes up. And obviously I'm a comment troll as well, so I was looking through the comments. And someone had written, it was like the top comment said, I wondered why they weren't sprinting sooner. Because like for the last however long, they like, the commentator famously says, oh, they're racing now. Like the gloves are off and they start really going. And every time I watch it, I get goosebumps. But it's like the reason why they weren't sprinting before is because their top end pace is basically sprinting pace. They're running sub 3.
Yeah.
Oh, they're sprinting.
Yeah.
Why aren't they sprinting? They're already sprinting. They
already are.
sprinted from the word go.
They're just lucky enough to have another gear.
Yeah. Oh, it's so incredible. Okay, last one. Right. She's American and 28 years old.
Okay.
You want more?
I'm trying to think.
She's like
famous sports.
so
people.
iconic.
Oh, does she do gymnastics?
I shouldn't have said that.
No, I was trying to think of people that are that age anyway. Because the immediate thought that I had was like Livy Dunn, who's actually just a cheerleader, but she's obviously just very well known.
Yeah, no.
For her social presence. What's even funnier about this is her boyfriend or husband is annoyed by how well she's respected over him.
Do you know his name for a bonus point? And what team he plays for?
He plays for the Green Bay Packers. He's an NFL cornerback.
I'm pretty sure you got both of those facts wrong.
Really?
I think he's a safety for Chicago.
Oh, has he been?
I think recently, I think
he might have been traded.
Yeah.
He was definitely at Green Bay.
Yeah.
Well, I say definitely. That was a bit of a risk. I'm pretty sure he was at Green Bay.
Yeah, he's a Packer. He plays cornerback.
Oh, what's her name?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Oh,
I'll go through more.
Yeah,
of
give me more stats to
when
keep everyone else
made-
entertained while I think.
She's got Olympic gold medals through her ears, but she's got 11 total Olympic gold. No, 11 Olympic medals of different colors. I think the majority of them are probably gold medals.
Yeah,
but she has 30 world championship
oh
medals.
my word!
When you go on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
because obviously, where would you get any of your knowledge from or any of your facts from? You scroll down the medals bit. It's just like gold, 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 gold. It's so sick.
God.
She's 4'8".
She's tiny.
Yeah, my height.
Oh no! Why is this happening to me again? Like it does every episode.
Her husband is called Jonathan Owens.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's taken his surname.
she won't. He should take her.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's too successful for
Yeah.
that. Simone Biles.
Smashed it.
Yes.
Well done.
That came out of nowhere as well.
Yeah, that was very good. I think it's not an easy game to do well at.
Absolutely not.
I was impressed with the Fernando
Thank
Alonso.
you. It was a good question. Yeah, Fernando Alonso was a bit of a rogue one. I was very close to doing Kimi Räikkönen, but it was the fact that you said 2 because Kimi Räikkönen won one around the same time. But yeah,
my last fact for Fernando was the championship car he won in was blue and yellow, and I think you got that straight away.
Yeah. Also, I know that Formula One cars are fast now, but I think that car might be the quickest car if you put them all against each other because it was the V12 and it was
the glory days. That's kind of like my earliest memories of watching F1. I had a blue and yellow Renault hat that I got when I was in Spain from where he's from. But I remember watching F1 like sat on my dad's lap when I was tiny. But that was like the first season where I'm like, okay, I get it now. And Fernando Alonso is and he's still driving now. He's like 44.
Also, massive, a bit, this is going to seem like a massive jump, but because we mentioned him in that quiz bit, Alex Yee reappeared on the triathlon scene.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah. I was going to say. Yeah.
Right. Not only did he
go
win.
Watch that video, yeah.
Yeah, go watch him. Sorry for spoiling it. He won. Everyone crosses the line and collapses on the floor with their hearts coming out of their chest. And then they get helped up by him, who just went and got a bottle of water, said, "Cheers, guys," and literally started picking people up off the floor behind him. It was outrageous how fast they were running.
He's such an unassuming presence as well. Like, he's just so amazing. And like his performance at the Paris Olympics as well against Hayden Wilde, the New Zealand guy, who I'm also a massive fan of. Like, if you follow Super League Triathlon or just the general world triathlon, Hayden Wilde's a cool guy. And Alex Yee was just playing with him the whole time on that race, like pretending he was tired, and then just like smoked him at the end. So sad.
I also want to bring in something that I think we should leave for the audience to think about and come back to. Maybe we'll put this into a reel. You proposed a potential question of who do you think would win? Oh. And it's been on my mind.
Yeah.
And I want to slightly adjust your question. I want to slightly adjust it.
Yeah.
So do you want to ask the question and I'll give you the adjustment and I want people to think about it. And maybe we'll discuss it next episode, but I want people to comment.
I can't take credit for this question. I was out riding my bike the other morning and one of the people I was riding with asked me, and we were sat around discussing it over coffee. Who wins an Ironman? So an Ironman triathlon. Michael Phelps goes head to head with Eliud Kipchoge and Tadej Pogačar. So in their respective fields, probably some of the best ever, if not the greatest. Michael Phelps obviously swimming, Kipchoge obviously running, and then Tadej Pogačar probably will be the best, most decorated professional cyclist ever if he continues on his trajectory. But who wins in an Ironman out of those three?
And I immediately said, well, I think Tadej Pogačar wins just purely on the percentage time of an Ironman is spent on the bike, gives him the best time to be able to build an advantage. And like you then said, he's obviously not going to be as fast at running, but like so much of the bike aerobic stuff and the muscles of being mechanics is very going to be, he's going to be conducive
Lots of
to
the
running.
cyclists are good runners.
So I have no idea how good he is at running, but I can't imagine he's bad.
Yeah.
But he's a lot better than me. So I want to change your question to being, who wins an Ironman 70.3?
Okay.
So it's half the distances, which gives him half the chance, because now we are also talking about, with their ability to step up the pace because it's shorter. And I don't know who wins across that.
I'm interesting because when you look at someone like Kipchoge, obviously his half time is still like baffling, but comparatively his marathon time, I might be outspoken here, his marathon time is probably relatively better, probably better longer. It sounds like a stupid thing to say, but the half marathon's probably too short for him.
Yeah, but I'm saying the same about Pogacar is better probably over a longer distance than he is that shorter distance.
But it's like, it's still not.
But then also Michael Phelps is definitely going to be better over that shorter distance than the 4.5K, because like he would never swim.
Yeah, okay.
So you're bringing Michael Phelps more into
but like
it.
he's still better at that distance, but it's still worlds apart. Like there's no doubt he wins the swim. Like there's no doubt.
Look. We're teeing the conversation up for that. Right. We've started it off for your brain to start thinking about. That's a whole episode. That could be a whole episode in itself. If you want us to try and talk about that, we'll go away. We'll bring some science back. We'll argue.
I just want to see it.
But let us know what you think in the comments on YouTube or on any of the social media posts. Would love to know your thoughts and why. That's important, because we're going to challenge you. And we might bring some of those comments into the next episode. So that kind of wraps us up for this episode. Any final thoughts and feelings?
I don't think so. I'm looking forward for my birthday cake sandwich next episode.
Yeah, if we can find one. Yes, it actually is a business expense. Thank you very much, Mr. Taxman. But with that, guys, lovely having you join us again. If you are new here or haven't pressed the subscribe button, please do so. If you're on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, head over to YouTube and hit subscribe and like anyway. And then if you want to follow us on all the socials, it's at MindSets_podcast. It's at Chucks_life_ if you want to find him on Instagram, and it's at Angus Cook all in one if you want to find me. Please do reach out. We love having your interaction, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.